We're here, dog. Episode
Something 17. I don't know.
3,000 million something. What do you
We
think?
forget every week, which is insane because we do this every week.
So true.
And I always got to look it up. Also, you forgot to send the audio for last week, so Spotify is a week behind. So anyone that listens on Spotify, if you're double whammy in episodes, just blame Shayne. That's all it is.
Why would we blame me? You're the one who posts it. You should have been on that. You should have been right away like, dog, you got to send me that email. You get that email. I got no such email. I got 0 emails.
It is 18, episode 18. All I know is
Dang,
that
dude.
Shayne should have sent it.
Episode 18 could be episode 22 if we had
Yeah, if we
not
hadn't.
taken January off.
Yeah, but here we are.
On accident. But here we are, dog. What'd you do this week? What'd you get going on?
Oh man, this week I've been gymming a lot. Been super heavy on the diet. If anyone follows me on Instagram today,
How's the cut going?
it's going. I'm down 4 pounds. I'm doing an aggressive cut for anyone that is. I mean, it's our podcast. We could talk about what we want. So I'm doing an aggressive cut.
I was just gonna say, dog.
So I'm trying to get down to 231 pounds because that's the weight class I compete in.
How do you weigh currently?
I weighed 244 last week. I'm 240 as of today.
Okay.
I'm eating 2,200 calories a day. My maintenance is usually like 3,200, so I'm like in 1,000 or so deficit. Just
who thinks he gets to 260 after the comp? He gets down to 231 day after the comp. He's at 260. Just up 30 pounds overnight, bro. You're going to gain so much weight.
No, my goal is to get abs, or not even abs, actually. My goal is to just get lean. So I'm down like 10 pounds today. I had refried beans and rotisserie chicken from Costco for lunch. That's like the worst.
That's a man's meal, bro.
That's like
that's a man's. That's.
I had a for everyone that wants to know, I had a job interview at a company, and then the company rescinded the interviews because they went with an internal candidate. So I just had a depression meal of refried beans and rotisserie chicken. Anyone that's listening to the pod knows what that is. Whether it's girl dinner where you just have like buttered noodles, or you're just a guy and you pop open like a 40 and you're just like, this is dinner. That was my lunch today.
Bro, that's me the other day when I lost Netflix, and they were like, you don't get to perform at the Netflix. We don't want anything to do with you. And I was just in my hotel. I'd worked that night, and I was just drinking SpaghettiOs straight out of the can because I didn't have a fork. And I was like, well.
Sometimes that's the way it be. But then I made chicken or pasta alla vodka tonight, which is a super fancy Italian meal. It was really, really good. Maybe when you come, I'll make it for us, or I'll make it for the family. It's got vodka in it, but it cooks out. But it is really, really good. It's so insanely good. I couldn't believe how good it was. And then I texted Alicia because we're all eating because my mom ate and stuff, and I was like, "How good?" Like on a scale of 1 to 10, she gave it an 8. I was like, that's the way to top my day. Get denied a job, lose every TFT game I played, get my girlfriend ranks my dinner I spent an hour making an 8. I was like, how could today get worse,
bro.
dog? So
I can't imagine a world where I would ever tell my wife that her food was an 8. Bro.
I was like, and then I was like, what's a 10
fight?
to you? I was like, what's a 10 to you? And she was like, when you make steak quesadillas. I was like, the easiest thing ever? The thing that's just like grill up a steak, cut a steak up, and put cheese on tortilla?
This is like when, bro, this is like when I've been trying to cook more, which is just don't even. It's bad. It's as bad as you think it is. I did make crunch wraps the other day from scratch.
Yeah.
Pretty good, bro. I did it. I nailed it. I went for it.
I just drank a flat diet Dr. Pepper because I forgot to get drinks in here.
Bro, that's what you get for leaving your workstation askew. I know you have 5 flat DCs hanging around you right now.
Actually, so I've had 3 DCs today. These are the two empties. And then this is the flat one that I thought it's still cold somehow, but I don't know
Is
why it's
that
flat.
cheese? Is that just loose cheese on the
No,
end of your desk,
it's
bro?
a wax thing to make it smell
Oh,
better.
okay. I was like, God
Those
knows
are
you don't
all
have loose cheese over
those are all
here.
candles because this room's not ventilated, so when I fart, it just accumulates in here, bro. And I keep the door closed, so it's pretty bad. But anyway, continue. You're starting to
You're
cook,
farting yourself out of your own room,
bro.
so you had to get candles.
When you're eating 2,200 calories a day and 240 grams of those calories is protein, you're 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 playing a dangerous game 24/7, dog. I've been literally I wake up. You ever have those where you fart so hard or so stinky that it wakes you yourself from a deep sleep?
Bro, I farted so bad the other day that Mary Kendall started crying and came to sleep on the couch. So trust me, I know what you're.
That happened, bro. I woke
She's
up.
being pretty dramatic. I'll be real. I don't think it was necessary to cry and leave the room so that I have to. And here's the thing, bro. If it was normal life, I would just be like, "Oh, that sucks for you, dog," and go back to bed. But I have to go into husband mode because if I didn't go get her off the couch.
Yeah, bro. Mine haven't been stinky, but they've been like chainsaw ripplers, dog. Where like the whole body shakes with it. You know what I mean?
No way.
Yeah, they're crazy. I don't know, but continue. You've been
Well,
cooking
but
crunch
anyway, earlier,
wraps.
so we're making food, right? And so Mary Kendall, she makes so many she cooks so much. She does all this fancy cooking for us, like full Thanksgiving dinners, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, she always makes Brecken like really fancy quesadillas that she like grills, and there's like stuff in there, and they're custom or whatever. And I was like, she was hungry. I was like, I can make you a quesadilla, and she's like, okay. And I just put Kraft singles in a quesadilla and then microwaved it. And she was like, full. I did not coach her. She was like, Mom, Dad made me the best quesadilla I've ever had in my life. I think he's the cook of the house. And Mary Kendall was just like, you microwaved Kraft singles, and I was like, yeah, dude, I can't be stopped. I'm kind of the goat.
I was gonna
So
say, in Alicia's defense, she is a chicken nugget child, so of course the very easy things are like the things that she super loves. Like a steak dinner is good, don't get me wrong, and I'm like really good at making a steak dinner, but like she would prefer a steak dinner or like sloppy joes over me spending 2 hours making like fresh pasta and like a crazy pasta sauce and stuff, and she's like, yeah, should have just done chicken nuggets warmed up with fries. And I'm just, but
I mean, what, you can't really complain
no,
at that.
at least it's easy. Like at the end of the day, it's better than like having someone who wants the fancy stuff. Because like
How's her cooking?
Alicia's terrible at cooking for the most part, but she's really good at baking. It's actually kind of funny.
That's
She's so good
so
at
funny to
baking.
say,
All
bro.
of her baked goods are really good. Her and I have gotten into sourdough baking, and we've been tackling it together. And it's a monster. It's been a struggle, but she,
Science.
yeah, the science is annoying, but she made cookies tonight, so after this I get to go eat a
Sourdough
few.
cookies?
I think they're sourdough cookies, maybe.
What would a sourdough cookie be?
So
I was
you
kidding. I
just
didn't
take the
even know.
discard of the sourdough. So when you're making a sourdough, you have to like feed it every day, and then if you don't use it, it doesn't go bad, but it's not as like sciency, so it doesn't have as much like germs, so that
Yeah, you
doesn't
got to
make
science that
sourdough
bread,
bread.
bro. That's what I'm always saying.
So you like put the discard and save it, and then you can make like pancakes and stuff with it super easy, or like just like a small bread or something. Because a starter has water, flour, and then the starter itself, which is the germ, the sourdough germ.
I have
It's
no idea
crazy,
what you're
dog.
talking about, bro. It
It's
just
nuts.
sounds like too
You know
many
what's
things.
crazy is that people like thousands of years sourdough is the first bread ever made, and people thousands of years ago figured it out, and it's like
Trial and error, dog. Just working, just
it's
doing so. Who
crazy.
knows what they were trying to invent? Maybe they were trying to fly, and they're like, "Well, we're grounded, but Do you want to try his bread? I mean,
It's
who
crazy.
knows what they were up to?
It blows my mind that they made it like thousands of years ago. Because I'm sitting here in modern day era with YouTube, unable to make a good sourdough. But in my defense, also their sourdough bread probably was not as good as modern day sourdough bread.
You never know, dog. You never know.
True,
There's things like wine and cheese where people are like that. It was better, or it is better if you get it older or whatever.
but
Now I want to look up if monks invented sourdough. Who
invented.
invented sourdough bread? Ancient Egypt.
The Egyptians, of course, bro.
Bro, they were up to so many things.
They were. And Egyptians were crazy, man.
Yeah, dude, I was reading new. You know how they basically just like, we know that building the pyramids isn't as impressive as we used to think it was.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about how they think that when the pyramids were made, that Egypt was so different in terms of its geology that the idea of the pyramids being there is like, yeah, of course, like it's not a problem to build them there. But then the ecology dies and it becomes a desert around it, and then everyone's like, how did this happen? It's kind of like no one really is like, how did the Amazonians build in the Amazon jungle with all those resources? You're like, not difficult.
Yeah.
The rock is right there. You know, everything is right there. I think it was a similar thing with Egypt, but I don't know. I will say that when I was in Italy, I was, because I've seen the pyramid and I was like, okay. And then I was in Italy and I was looking at the cathedrals and I was like, no joke, like like the Roman architecture and the cathedrals are way more impressive than any other ancient structure I've ever seen.
I was
I
gonna
was
say
blown away. It's like, yeah, right.
the pyramids are crazy only because of the sheer size of like the rocks getting moved. It's not like, and people always are like, it's so crazy that like they made them the exact same. You're like, brother, there are people that are like modern day masons that make boulders just like that all the
I
time.
know it
What do you
with
mean? With
precision,
precision.
without tools. Yeah,
You
it's
make the
it,
thing
it
is,
is.
dog. You make one, and then you just put them side by side, and then you just keep making like a copy paste method. Are people that dumb that they don't think that it's just like,
I think that the minutia of how well it's machine tooled is impressive, but if you're using good tool, like they could have the tools. I think that the problem is that people think ancient people were stupid, and that very often ancient people were smarter or as smart. They had the intelligence, they just didn't have the science. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They didn't know for sure what they thought was right, but they were coming to conclusions and problem solving with the same or more intelligence than we have. So when people are like, oh, that like the Dark Ages, everyone always talks about the Dark Ages, and you're like, they were very technological. They were doing great.
yeah,
They survived the Black Plague and then took over the world.
dog.
Europe was doing
You
great.
know what's
Like,
crazy though is that when did penicillin invention? When did penicillin get invented? I
I don't
watched a
know,
video.
in the late 1800s.
1928, bro. I watched a video. This is the
Whoops.
craziest thing about science and stuff like this. Is like, you're so right that the ancient people aren't dumb, but they just didn't know. Because you and I could make penicillin right now.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, dude, I'm not better than a medieval peasant.
No, but
I'm
like,
probably worse
it's
in some
crazy.
ways. Well, maybe I know like a lot of things he doesn't know, but like everyone who says like, oh, people in the Romans, it's like, well, the Roman army built a bridge across the Rhine in less than 10 days while they were marching to attack Germany.
Yeah,
In Rome, like Roman legionnaires, guys in sandals, built a bridge across one of the most formidable rivers ever, and then went and killed thousands of people. You know what I mean? Like most
also,
there are entire communities of people in the world right now that have never had a bridge or can't rebuild one that was made for them. So it's like, are we really as smart as we think we are? Because I'm pretty sure if the bridge broke over the river where you are, you would be like, guess I don't go over there anymore.
yeah. I mean, also, this is a hot take, but you can do anything with a lot of slaves. If you have like a ton of mind power and then you just have a bunch of manual labor, people don't realize that's the bread and butter, unfortunately.
Just
But
throw slaves at the
just throw
problem.
slaves at the problem. But you're right,
That is
dog.
an ancient person's
It
way of doing
is.
things.
Uh,
Though slavery was different in the before times than it is
that's
now.
true.
We made slavery extra super evil. Slavery used to only be medium evil. Now it's like the world's worst evil. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
but you're right, dog. If like at the bridge, my house, there's a bridge that goes to my house. If that just one day broke and no one could fix it, I'd just be like, well, gotta find a new way. I don't know how to fix a bridge.
I think that over time, if I lived in a place, I would be determined to get together with people and we would figure it out.
Yeah,
Because, like, you look at communities of people, like, I don't know, just wherever, like in Africa, where they used to have a bridge and then the bridge broke and they never rebuilt it. And you can, like, see photos of them, like, using ropes to climb across dangerously to get to school. And you're like, hey, there are thousands of you. Build wood and set it across
they build
the
houses.
stone that fell down. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It blows. Or you ever see those people who are like, this rice paddy floods, and so half the time the kids need to get to school, and someone gets naked and carries them because they have to climb in mud. And you're like, can we build a? Can you put some walkways down, you crazy people? Everyone has different priorities or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess we're just big bridge people. I'm like, I don't want to be in the water, bro.
No, dude.
Get me up out. But anyway, so you've been making bread,
Making bread, playing games, working out a lot, getting
games, or you've been playing team fight
I've been
tactics.
playing TFT and I played a little bit of WoW. I leveled like 8 levels in WoW playing Paladin. So
Nice. I haven't, bro. It's so funny. I'm so pumped to play. I too many things happened this week. I haven't played at all. I jumped on the division for a little bit, and that was it. I played like one game of Battlefield because it's like one of those I have 20 minutes. I'll just play Battlefield. But
it was
no
funny
games for me.
because my next door neighbor, it was like 9 at night and he knocked on our door and I was in the middle of a WoW dungeon and Alicia goes and answers it and is like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, I need help pushing my car into my driveway. Can you get like your boyfriend or whatever?" And so she comes back in and she's like, "Hey, he needs you to push the truck." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm in a dungeon." And then I was like, "You can just do this." And so she had to tank a dungeon, never playing WoW in her life before. And then
Where you just like keep pressing 1 and 0,
pretty
or like
much,
you're.
yeah. And then I came back and she was just running into a wall. I was just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no,
But
dude.
WoW is pretty simple. I actually might get her to play it. It's they added. I know you haven't played it since, bro, but they added you literally just press a single button that does your full rotation for you.
Oh, okay,
It's
but you
basically
still have
like a
to.
clicker.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't have
I
to
mean,
do
I kind of
anything.
like that because that's what WoW is about for me.
Yeah.
It's about the vibes. It's about exploring. It's about getting the checklist. It's like the second monitor game, you know.
Yeah.
It's also fun to play with people. I know I've been I got Brecken playing DC Universe online with me a little bit here and there.
There you go.
I'm trying to get her into superheroes, so we're working on it.
Oh, what
And it's
else?
on Switch.
What else did we do? We went and saw a movie. I don't remember what movie.
You don't even know what
I don't
movies you're out
remember
here
what
seeing?
movie we went and saw. We saw
That's not
we saw
good.
Scream 7. I said that
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
that's right. You're
Oh, we
right.
went and
Yeah.
saw Dolly. That's the movie we went and saw last week. It's a
Dolly, about
horror.
Dolly Parton.
No, it's a horror movie about like this girl who's a doll. Not a doll, but she thinks she's a doll, and it's like a family like trauma horror movie. It was all right. It was like one of those where you like wanted more answers than it gave you, and also like the monster thing is an inbred transgender thing that's just like killing people for the love of the game. It was wild,
So
bro.
so any random school shooter over the last year.
I was like, dang, that's crazy. But we're gonna go see Undertone tomorrow. Undertone tomorrow will be good. It's a horror movie about a podcast host uncovering spooky contents. So
Okay, that's kind of fun.
could be us, bro. Could be us. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot into a true crime podcast.
Bro, I wish we could. We could do. I just finished. What I did this week was, well, I worked a bunch. I was in California. I did a show and had like a thing and a whole deal. But I read a book this week.
Oh, did
I didn't
you
mean to
Project
read a.
Hail Mary?
I read it in 3 days.
Nice. I was gonna read that book because the movie comes out in 2 weeks.
It's really good, bro. I mean, I read it in 3 days. I literally read it in like 4 sittings. Granted, one of them was a plane ride from North Carolina to California. So I did, I was on there for a second. But
the guy that wrote it's the same guy that wrote The Martian.
yeah, bro. It's so good. It's unbelievably good. It begins good. It picks up every step of the way. Even the ending. Bro, straight up until the last chapter, you're like, what is going
Maybe I'll
happen?
go pick it up tomorrow and I'll read it in a weekend, bro. And then, how many pages is it? Like 300 something?
460. It's a quick read, bro. I swear, I blew through it. It had me like.
Maybe I'll pick it up.
It's so good.
I just read it in the gym between sets, bro.
Very rarely do I give a book a 10 of 10. That is actually something I do, read between sets. I genuinely do that all the time.
One time I was trying to play chess between sets. That just didn't work. But
Yeah,
read between sets would be sick. Like read 2 pages and then hit another set.
I've listened to audiobooks while I work out.
I can't
if I'm lifting weights, bro. I got the audiobook in, bro. Especially because, me, I lift by myself. So that's my friend right there.
I don't know.
It's an audiobook or rosary, one of those two things.
Audiobooks don't get me, bro. They make me, I don't know. They disgust me. Something about it. I don't know why.
Have you ever gone here's what you do to get over it? Maybe you go for firstly you have to find it, as a bunch of people said the Hail Mary audiobook was like epic level. But what you do is you go audiobook while you read. That's like, they call that the full immersion, because then you can kind of read with half your brain. So you're still reading, and if you have it on like 1.5, so you're following with your eyes as it's being narrated, and it sounds like, why would I listen to it if I'm reading it? But it actually can be pretty fun to get the full immersive read. But I read so fast, the audiobooks give me anxiety. It makes me mad. I'm like, I want to go faster.
Yeah, that's how, I think how I am, is that I can read quicker than they're speaking, so it like gives me anxiety.
But you can only get it up to like 1.5 until it loses the cadence, because you can read really fast but keep the normal cadence in your head of the story. But if you listen to it on like 2.0, sometimes it's wild. Like it doesn't sound right, so you can't listen to it that fast. But
I'm changing the password to my Audible now so that I can maybe
there
download
you go.
it.
Try and get going.
But oh wait, what?
You out here struggling with a password live, bro? That's every single person's most annoying time.
No, it asked me a security question of what is the phone number that ends in 48, but my phone number doesn't end in 48. And I don't know a single person's phone number that ends in 48.
That's one of your exes, bro.
Nah, there's no way, dog.
What about mom? What about mom's old number?
It doesn't either. I'm going to check live. This is live, everyone, if it's one of my exes, because that would be hilarious. I don't think it is. I don't know why I'd put their number as.
I don't either. You're a classically bad boyfriend.
Yeah. And also, I don't remember anyone's numbers, but
That's actually not true. Jared's greatest fault is that he's too good of a boyfriend, and I've said this many times.
True. Well, I got locked out of my account, so I've lost all my Audible.
Welcome back to the pod, dog. We were all waiting for you. I knew it would happen. I hate that, dude. Actually, honestly, every time a website asks for my own information to get in, I'm like, and so what do you interrogate? Like, oh, okay. Whoa. Oh, what are we, the cops? You need my password, you idiot? Because it gives me anxiety because I never know what my own password is, dude. Every time I type it, it's a guess. Every time.
Yeah, I know. The funny thing is I use so many different passwords that it's just like, I just get
Bro, it's funny because when you're like 25, you're like, I got 3 passwords. had to add a 1 on the end of my normal one, had to capitalize the other old one. Then you're about to turn 40 and you're like, I have 50 variations on one
Yeah.
password and I never know which one bro. So now I have it's too many things. It's too many
Well,
things.
I'm locked out of my Audible account and I have to contact customer service to get it unlocked. That's never happening.
It
So I've
looks
lost
like you're
Audible
reading
forever.
classic style.
But anyway, we we're just going. We should do an episode where we do like a true crime thing where we go over something crazy.
I would
That's
love
the
to.
thing is that the podcast can be whatever it wants to be. Speaking
So
of whatever it
real.
wants to be, we're going to rank Final Fantasies, and luckily we've
That's
killed a lot of
right.
time because there's only 23 Final Fantasy games that I put on a list just because there weren't
Just so
that
everyone
many.
knows, before we do the list, the Hail Mary's a 10 of 10. It's got a perfect twist. It's funny. It's action packed. It's heartwarming. It has everything you want as a man from a book, and even maybe a woman. So I would read it. Huge recommend for me. Really great book. I haven't read fiction for like literally like 3 years. I've read like novellas and short stories, but I'm trying to get back into fiction. I'm already about to read what's the next like book talk book I'm gonna read. I'm about to read Piranesi. Then I'm gonna read Dungeon Carl Crawler, some Brandon
Oh, Dungeon
Sanderson, and
Crawler is pretty good from what I know. I haven't read it yet,
yeah,
but
you should read one of them, bro. We can do a little book club. I was gonna do book club on my one book, but so many people were like, "Can you wait to finish it?" And then like I was like, "No one finished this book." Like I picked a book that was too crazy, and like 5 people finished it, and they were like, "Do you want to run the book club?" And I was like, "Well, I waited to finish it for these other people. Now they're never gonna finish." And I was like, "Well, I tricked 5 people into reading a book that was hopefully they enjoyed."
I mean, we could do a book club with the pod where we read one book once a month. So, like the first episode of the month, we do a quick 30-minute recap of the book, but you have 1 month to read a book. I don't want to be that person, but if you can't read a book in a month,
That's
you're a
tough.
loss.
That's literally like maybe 4 hours a week and you can knock it out.
If that, dog. I mean, it depends on the book size, but if a book's like 300 pages, I could read like 35, 40 pages, if not more, in an hour and do like 1 hour a day, 7 hours a
Yeah.
week.
I
I could
I've
finish a book pretty quick.
I read whole novels on the toilet. I like download novels on my
That's
phone and I'll
crazy.
bust them out.
You
And
are a toilet sitter, bro. I'm a speed pooper. I get down, I get business done, I head
no
out.
way, bro. Take my sweet time. I sit 20 minutes. I go, I'm going to read this whole chapter no matter what happens in here. And I do. And you know what? You could read a book pretty quick. If you read a chapter on the toilet a day, that's honestly like you're going to crush that book out pretty quick.
All I remember is one time when Shayne and I used to go and train to fight at a like an MMA gym. We got home from doing like a crazy cardio day, and our legs were super sore. And Shayne fell asleep on the toilet, and his legs fell asleep, and he couldn't get up for like 45 minutes. He was just stuck on the toilet.
It was a
So
real problem.
that's
I thought it was a medical emergency, but we didn't want to call the ambulance because we were poor. So we were just like, well, maybe you have a concussion, so you're paralyzed. We'll just wait and see.
Oh man, but
Man, good times, dude. What a life to be like, I might be dying, and everyone's like, let's wait an hour and just see what happens.
dude, that was the way of life back then. I remember one time we used to do this thing when we were younger, and everyone actually is just gonna judge us, and that's fine. But we used to, you know how like people put like wood signs up to like say that they have like space available in like an office building or something. Well, we would do this thing where we would just run through those signs
At full
at full
speed.
speed, and we're talking like you would just sprint like jackass style and just go face first through the sign and pound it and just break it.
vinyl fencing as well.
Vinyl
If you
fencing as
had
well.
white vinyl fence in your home, we would just pick a spot on the fence and hope there was nothing on the other side. That's part of what's funny about it. And then you just sprint full speed like the juggernaut, bro. You just put your arms up and whatever happens, happens.
Anyway, one of the times I ran through a fence and there was a trampoline on the other side, and I snapped my arm in half, like from my wrist, like, and my bone is still messed up today. And I put my wrists between my legs and just crushed my like legs together to pop my wrist back in place, and then we went about our day. And that was healthcare when we were 18.
Dude, just breaking a tooth in half and being like, well, that's crazy, and just keeping it moving, like, nope, no problem.
And then
No, even like, oh no, we have to go somewhere. Like, no, dude, we're just still
it
living.
was so funny because a week after I broke my arm, we got into a fist fight, and I had to fist fight someone with one arm. So I was just like, and it was my right, so I was just jabbing, bro. I was like Lil Mac from Smash Bros. Just
Oh
and then
man,
Shayne took a guy and threw him into a bell at Arby's that said "Thank you for your service." And
I
we'll always
did.
remember that because it's pretty funny because it was on our way out. So we were like, good service,
Yeah, that was the last thing to happen in the fight.
Arby's.
Is I grabbed someone's head and I hit him into the bell like it was a Hollywood movie. Thank you for your service, and then we pieced out. We did go back to that Arby's, and they
They
had our
liked
hat.
us.
Remember?
They liked
They
us.
had our hat.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They were like, hey, by the way, like the cops asked if we knew you because it was by our house. And they're like, we didn't tell them anything. Here's your hat.
dude, it's because the people who we beat up were hassling.
Yeah, they were. It was funny. Remember the Arby's lady that asked our friend if she was pregnant, but she was just severely obese?
Megatron.
Dude, those are the good days. The
Back
all
in
or
the early
nothing
2000s,
days.
when you could call a woman Megatron as her nickname, and everyone was like, well, she kind of looks like Megatron. Let's let it ride. And that's so, it's
Hey,
so crazy
we're
to
getting back.
imagine.
We're getting back to that because Gorlock the Destroyer exists,
So true. Gorlock is real. Dude, truly, genuinely thinking back to just calling a grown woman Megatron is like, well, you do
In our
kind of look
defense,
like it.
she was like 6'3", 350 pounds.
And she had that sort of evil, pointed Megatron.
Yeah,
She could become a semi truck.
She did her
Was that a
eyebrows
part
like
of it?
that, where they were like the Chola eyebrows, where they were crazy. The good.
Optimus Prime. She was wild, dude. I hope she's doing well. What if she listens? She's like, remember me, you guys? I'm like a fan.
She had eyebrows like this. That's why she looked like Megatron, because it looked like a robot. When you saw it, you were like, that's a robot. But anyway, we got some Final Fantasies to rank. We're getting off track here.
We are getting off track. But listen, Decepticons are dangerous and people need to know.
Also,
dude,
remember calling girls that were ugly, that were hot online but ugly in person, Decepticons?
Yes, I do. I do remember calling them Decepticons, and people getting pretty mad about it back then, so I can't imagine people would love it now.
Hey, everyone just does the nice thing and calls them catfish, but we all know what they really are. Evil robots in disguise, bro.
Womp, 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 and then they become the evil. You're like, no, dude. From a perfect Jaguar into just the worst thing you've ever seen.
You know what's funny is we came up with that joke because isn't it in Transformers 2 that the one robot somehow turns into a hot girl and then turns into a robot? Yeah, it's a real thing.
No, Transformers 3, there's a hot girl robot, and
That's
she's
what
trying
it
to
is.
sleep with Sam, remember?
Yeah.
Or is it 2? I can't remember, dude. Those
Which
movies are crazy.
Transformers is the hot robot girl?
Yeah, she's bad. Yeah, I remember now. And she's supposed to
It
be
is the
like
third one, Revenge of the Fallen.
Okay. Yeah, and she's like the opposite of what Megan Fox is, right? She has full-size thumbs, blonde hair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not those little baby weird thumbs.
Dude, Megan Fox is so crazy. People think she's so hot that her boyfriend became gay. That's like, what is going on? Like, how do you That a girl so woo woo, dude. Look up what Machine Gun Kelly looks like right now. That woman has given him
Hold
drugs.
on 1 second, I will.
Hold the machine gun extra Kelly is what's going on there. It's brutal.
We'll go through a couple of his stuff. Share this tab
Careful,
instead.
careful with the TOS on this guy. You never know what you're gonna find going
This
through
one
these
right here is
images.
crazy.
Oh no, dude. He looks like an OnlyFans goth. This sucks, dude. He looks like if Trinity from the Matrix was lame.
Yeah.
Which is like what?
I gotta show you a video and then we'll go because you'll enjoy this video.
Dude, this sucks. I do like his cover-up bodysuit though. That is sick as heck. I'm like kind of low-key like, hold up, do I get more blackout? But dude,
I gotta find
what
it.
a dork. I can't even look at him anymore, dude. That's so bad.
I found the video.
I hate that. Few things are worse than when a guy gets like a steady girlfriend and you like him and you're like, oh, cool. And then like for some reason being in a relationship doesn't bring out his manliness and he doesn't like step into the role of like a provider and like a dude. And instead he becomes like a pussy whipped, I guess, for lack of a better term. And you're like, why are you more feminine? You have a woman. You don't have to be feminine at all.
It is crazy. I'm trying to find this video, bro, that was so funny. But like, it's the lead up is the best part about it, but it's all just trying to show not the lead up. It's just trying to show the full video, and I don't want to see the full video because I think that you'll laugh the hardest you've laughed in a while if you see the full video. Is this it?
I don't know what you could possibly be looking up, but I feel like it's gonna make me cringe, and I'm gonna hate it.
Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get, bro. Okay.
I'm ready. Should I describe it for people who are listening on Spotify, which is a thing we're gonna remember to do?
Do you see the full video?
I kind of see. Oh, now I see it.
Okay. This fan's being all cringy, but watch.
No. No.
Ooh.
His reaction.
Dude, hold on. Can I get the sound? Can I get the sound going? I gotta move this so I can see if I get the sound going because it's even funnier with the sound. Why is this?
Also, I'm gonna be real. That looks about like how I imagined his fans up there. I'm just gonna be.
Yes, my loves.
Oh my god!
Dude, that's so funny. Props to him. That is funny to react that way. That is funny. I'll give him that. Like, there's still a regular dude in there, but I don't know what he's up to, dude. Especially in his pink guitar and everything. Like,
dude. There's these guys at my work. We went on the retreat thing, and we were going to the gym, and they were all like, "Yeah, what kind of music do you guys listen to?" And at the moment, I was like, "I'm not gonna tell them that I listen to music called like Infinite Annihilator." And, I mean, face effed with a shovel and stuff like that. I was like, I'm just gonna say classical music because I do listen to classical music while I live. Yeah. And then they were like, "Yeah, man, I really like to jam MGK. He gets it going." And I was like, "Bro, I've never wanted to say a slur involving gay people more."
It's so crazy to do. It's so crazy how bad he is. It's so funny because I don't even mind, like, because at least like Green Day, like they're kind of sellouts, but they were like, yeah, we're famous now, so obviously we're just doing whatever famous people do. But MGK is like, I'm a punk rocker.
Yeah,
I'm doing a different thing. I was a rapper, and now I'm doing a different thing, and that's countercultural. But it's so funny for him to be like, I'm super feminine. That's my counter. That's what's punk rock. It just goes to show that being trans and being like gender non-conforming is Gen Z's emo.
Yeah, it is.
They're scene kids. They're scene kids because so like MGK is like the pop punk. He's the most popular version of an alternative guy. And what is he? He's gender confused, kind of super feminine and weird. It just goes to show it's like an aesthetic.
Yeah, it is.
It's like for us, it was like, oh, we're drinking beers and I pooped off my roof, jackass, and like headbands and studded belts and like spiked hair. And nowadays, it's like I'm like actually pretty gay. That's what's punk rock about me. And you're like, oh, do you like? So do you are you trying to do like different opinions and stuff? And you're like, no, I have the most popular opinions, and also the opinions all the hot girls have, and also the opinions that most of the mainstream media has, and also the safest opinions to have in the professional workplace. Really, I'm not punk rock at all. I'm just kind of a weird guy wearing fingernail polish. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
I've decided what we're
Really
doing.
lame.
I've decided what we're doing for next week.
What? Oh, we gonna rank pop punk?
We could, but I was gonna say we
Oh.
should do a react to videos, like fail videos.
We might have to throw that up as an extra. Dude, that's going to be great when we're in person.
That's true.
Because then we can bring each other videos to watch.
You know what we'll do next week? We'll do a ranking.
A live guy.
We'll do a ranking of music genres.
Ooh, oh, genres.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because then pop punk will be in there and stuff. But we got 20 minutes, so we're going to speed run Final Fantasy.
All right. One of the most important game series in my life, and I think of all time.
Yeah, agreed. Final
What's
Fantasy...
the most... Before we begin, what's the most important part of a Final Fantasy game to you?
That's hard, because...
I know what it is right away, because I'm weird about this.
One sec.
My man's headphones died live.
Yeah, they were dying.
Yeah, dude.
What is it? What's yours? Because
music.
My defining factor of a Final Fantasy game, and I think it's because I don't like the newer ones as much, is like game mechanics. And by that I mean like they've kind of strayed heavily away from like how the turn-based fighting used to be. And a lot of people don't like turn-based combat, but that to me is what defines Final Fantasy.
Yeah, dog. I think that you can make non-turn-based Final Fantasy games, but at the end of the day, I think that if they did like a Persona 5 level, like if Final Fantasy, would it be 16?
Yeah.
Yes. If Final Fantasy 16 is kind of like Memoir, like a big, hefty, real JRPG, they're gonna make $1 gazillion. If it's another like, hey, we made God of War, but it's not as good, it's gonna crash and burn.
Yeah. So, but we'll go Final Fantasy 1 is the number this one.
I would rank Final Fantasy 1 A tier.
Yeah, agreed. I think Final Fantasy 1 really sets the tone. It's really funny because Final Fantasy 1 obviously is like the first. Is it the first turn-based game ever? I gotta Google that.
No, Dragon Warrior is, I think.
Oh, Dungeon in 1975, apparently.
Sick name, dude. Just straight Dungeon.
But it definitely popularized, I think, turn-based gameplay.
Yeah.
Because, after Final Fantasy 1 came out, I think it's like...
Final Fantasy 1 came out in 86?
Yeah, if I remember right.
Same year as me and Chernobyl. That's a good year. Also, the Challenger disaster made...
funny. December 18th, 1987. You were a year and 3 days old.
Dang, dude. What a present for me.
Isn't it crazy that that's how old Final Fantasy is? That blows my mind.
It's crazy that's old I am, bro. What are you talking about?
True, dog, true.
I'm older than Final Fantasy. That is crazy.
Final Fantasy 1 is in an A tier, though. Final Fantasy 2. I didn't like Final Fantasy 2 all that much. I thought it was okay. I'd put it at a B.
Yeah, I would put it as a B also. I thought that it was not as good of a follow-up. I got confused. I remember playing 1 and sort of just like crushing through it and really enjoying grinding it out and everything. And then Final Fantasy 2, I really wanted to like more, but I got lost really easy as a kid. I was like, I don't know where I am.
My biggest issue with like a lot of these Final Fantasy games, a lot of them, and up until Tactics and 6, I don't remember enough.
Really, I replayed 1 a couple years ago. It was actually really fun, bro. They have the pixel remasters. They're so good. I bought them. I played 1, 2, and I played 6 and a few others. But all right, what do we got
Final
now?
Fantasy 3.
Final Fantasy 3 is an S tier for me.
I never played it, if I remember correctly, so I am deferring to you on that one.
Just it's their very big. It's a Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 sized game, but on a Nintendo cartridge, on a Super Nintendo cartridge. So it's all pixel art, but it's huge. It's like the first proper giant Final Fantasy with like an airship and travel and main characters and a villain and like a whole. It's a whole deal. Like it's a big game. It's like Chrono Trigger where you're playing it and it's on Super Nintendo and you're like, how much bigger can this game be? How they fit on
Yeah, it
this?
just keeps going and going.
Yeah, you're like, it's literally back. The kids will never have this feeling now where like you're playing Elden Ring and you're like, wow, really big game. But back in the day when you were playing Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy 3 and you were like, literally, how are they fitting this on the
Yeah.
cartridge? Like, how much bigger could the game be?
That's where we come to Final Fantasy 4, which I put at an A tier. I do remember Final
It,
Fantasy 4, really, really good. It's kind of hard to follow something that's like super defining like 3, but 4 was really good.
well, 3 is 6 in America, bro.
That's
3
right.
is 6. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So don't. I've never played. I don't know about the real Final Fantasy 3. That's the Super Nintendo. That's Final Fantasy 6 in America, 3 in Japan.
So Final Fantasy 5, I don't remember it. So do you remember it? It's been so long.
I don't remember it either. Let's put it in B tier to be safe. I did play it. I liked it.
Or this is
I
5.
remember enjoying it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 4 is Cecil.
Yes, Final Fantasy 4 is
Yes.
Cecil, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is Cecil.
Now I'm like,
Cecil
okay,
Harvey. Yeah, Final
there we
Fantasy 4
go.
is good. Let's see here. So now we have 6, the actual 6, American 6, which we'll put at S. So we'll put in 3, regular 3 at B. Yeah, no, Final Fantasy 6 is goated. That's like one of the
Yeah,
best
yeah, yeah,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy games. Um, the dark horse that everyone says is the best game ever made, Final Fantasy 7. My personal opinion, 7 is really, really, really good. I have replayed through it multiple times. I would put it only at an A though.
I would also put it at an A.
I
I think that it's a great Final Fantasy. I don't think that it's with the best.
No, funny enough, and I think you and I both agree on this one. Final Fantasy 8 is an S tier.
It is, dude. Listen, you can't. The setting and the story really took it to another level. Every other Final Fantasy is like really like, I don't know, dystopian or whatever. Final Fantasy VIII just had the vibes correct. It felt like another world. It felt brighter and different. The music was perfect. The love story.
The cutscenes were insane. Like, it's
Oh,
kind of funny to
dude.
go from like Final Fantasy 7 was like still like all the cutscenes were blocky. Like the
Yeah.
cutscenes looked like the animation for the most part. I mean, they had a few that were like pretty anime style, but Final Fantasy VIII really, really tried to push the anime style, and a lot of people didn't like it. But in my opinion, Final Fantasy VIII has some of the best cutscenes in the games, even though it's still kind of crappy just because it's PlayStation 1.
Also, they had a gun blade. Who doesn't like, let's put a sword and a gun together?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's probably my favorite thing for sure. What
Also,
else did they have?
Leon, I think, is the coolest character.
Yeah, Leon's pretty cool. Leon's the otherworld. Squall is the guy in the black jacket. He's got the little jacket with the gun blade. Leon is
Squall.
his.
Sorry, Leon Hart's his last name. Squall Leonhart. I think that Squall is the best character in all of Final Fantasy.
Really?
One of them. I would put him and why can't I think of the name from Final Fantasy 9?
Zidane?
Zidane. I'd put him and Zidane like almost tied in terms
Dude,
of
I'm
like
a Final Fantasy enjoyer. I can't be stopped.
Final Fantasy 9. I also would put it
Also in S tier, dude. Maybe my most favorite Final Fantasy of all time.
It's got honestly, the opening of Final Fantasy 9 is probably one of the sickest of any Final Fantasies. I know it's super goofy, but like that scene where you're fighting Steinhardt and it's like you're acting it out and like you
Yeah,
have to do
yeah,
the
and he's got
buttons
the
thing. It's
dragon
like
head on
the
and
real
everything.
times, like the real time event. So good. The love story is amazing. everything about the game is good. Like,
Dude, the setting, the characters, the arc, the classic princess. They did classic tropes perfectly. The adventure, you're a lovable rogue. It's just a perfect game,
yeah.
dude. It really is a perfect game. And the romance has a payoff. Very annoying when Japanese games are like, there's a romance, and then they never actually get together. You're like, dude, I'll freak out.
Yeah, also all the side stories are really really sick. Like Vivi's side story of like, is he a human? What is he? Or not even a human, but like, what is he? Because all of the other mages are like made and created, but like,
Yeah,
why does
yeah.
he have his own autonomy and stuff? I don't know. Super super good. Final Fantasy X.
I think honestly, B tier for me. I'm not a huge fan.
I would say that this Final Fantasy X, in my opinion, is an S tier for people that have never played Final Fantasy games.
It was most people's first because it
Yes.
was the PlayStation 2 flagship game. Like that was a huge thing. Everyone had a PlayStation 2. That was the best console of all time for sure.
I would put it at
So
A tier, and the reason I would put it at A tier is because I think it's the first game that like pushed the graphics on PlayStation 2. The cutscenes of Final Fantasy X were insane. I know a lot of people don't think the story is very good, but I think that the story is pretty amazing. It's funny though, because Final Fantasy X has a whole large religious arc in the
kind
game
of,
now.
yeah.
I
It
think
also has the weirdest sequel of
it
all
does,
time.
which we're gonna get to Final Fantasy X
I
too.
like the I
You like
actually
the
like the
sequel?
sequel, yeah.
Bro, I was gonna rank it D. What do you rank it?
I would rank it C probably. I would say it's like it's for girls.
It's a
It's
fun game.
genuinely for real unapologetically for
Yeah.
girls in a way that is like not like talking down to women. It's like they play doll dress up. All the main characters are girls. It's all
All your
about getting her boyfriend
superpowers,
back.
yeah, your superpowers come from the way you dress.
Dude, there's a bunch of like pop idol stuff. It's got a
You know
really
how
tender.
hard this game would go if it came out now with how popular K-pop and stuff is?
Oh, bro, people would be going. Also, there's way more women. Back then, there were no women. We played this as men, and we're just like, oh, this would be cool if I was a girl.
And the only reason I don't like the game is not even for the fact like the combat system and everything is really cool. I didn't like the story because, just like Shayne said, there's actually absolutely no payoff. The story just
Yeah.
ends. So,
Yeah.
spoiler for everyone, Alicia, close your ears because I want you to play Final Fantasy X. Titus is a fake figment of her imagination, technically. And in 10-2, you find out that Titus is still a fake figment of her imagination and never really existed. And to me, that is like the crappiest payoff of like two whole games to be like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy,
So,
dude. It sucks.
Final Fantasy 11 online.
Dude, honestly,
S tier.
I have
I thought it
some
was a WoW.
great
I
memories.
wish it was a
S
WoW
tier.
killer. It was supposed to be. It was such a good game. It was
It was
also the
so
hardest
weird.
game ever made.
Yes, and it was the hardest MMO of all time. Just to get to max level, most people never even kind of got
I never got to
close.
max level, but I still had a fun
I
time
I
playing it.
never did either, but I played a ton. I did a lot of adventuring. It's a game where to level, you had to get a group and you had to grind fighting world mobs for hours,
Yeah,
like as a group.
and it wasn't.
It
You
wasn't.
couldn't do it solo. And if you died, if I remember correctly, if you died, you lost experience.
I learned playing guitar because I would queue up on my buddy James Owen's computer. I would hang out at his apartment, and it would take so long to find a group that I would just play guitar
Yep,
and make jokes with James while I
I
waited.
was right, bro. Final Fantasy 11 did have de-leveling, where if you died, you would level down.
Dude, that's so sick, honestly. That's so cool. The stakes are just high enough that you can get everything back, but like not low enough that it
I was gonna say it's like
fun. I
WoW.
like
It's
it.
like WoW classic hardcore, but like if you lose your character, you don't just lose like 80 hours of work. You lose like 2 hours of work.
So the stakes are high.
Yeah.
You're like, I genuinely don't want to go, but also it's not going to ruin my
Can you
life if I leave.
imagine if you were like playing WoW and like max level is 90 and you wipe in a raid and now you're level 89?
Yeah, that's so funny,
Because it's
dude.
it's enough. incentive that people would play hard. No, that like we were talking about earlier, WoW is baby mode now, which is fine. I don't think that it's bad to make games more readily accessible to other players, but I am someone that does think hard games like that are fun, or games that have like actual consequences are fun.
Dude, I know that's why I've been so into looter shooters and enjoying like Tarkov and stuff. I really just, you know what the sweet spot for me is Arma because
Yeah.
to get to a fight, it takes a long time. So you don't want to die, but you also can get back into that fight sometimes. So it's a little like the sweet spot in Tarkov.
Final Fantasy 12, I'm ranking at C tier.
Yeah, I know so many people. This is a really special game to them. I didn't do anything for me. And it was the game that uses Final Fantasy XI's combat in a regular
Yep.
game, and I actually didn't like that. I wish they hadn't have done
No,
that.
MMO style or turn-based or active turn-based style combat works well nowadays, but back then it was really, really bad.
Do, do you remember what Sword Art Online?
Yeah, it's like Sword Art
Do you remember
Online.
there
Yeah.
was like a time where there was a genre of fake MMO game that was really popular? MMOs were so popular that games like Final Fantasy 12 and like Sword Art Online and these other games, the dungeon crawlers, there were other ones and I can't remember, but they would play like bad MMOs, but they were offline
Yeah.
and they pretended to be an MMO. Like it looked like an MMO. There were players that you interacted with and you got quests. And basically you played a single player game pretending to be a giant theme park MMO. A really weird, like, kind of reminds me of how we were talking about that book, Dungeon Crawler, earlier that I'm going to read, how it's a literary RPG.
Yeah.
And you're like, what weird genre is this? It's like two genres that shouldn't go together.
It's really weird to me too, because the whole premise behind like gaming is that it follows a trend, and right now, as everyone knows, battle royales are still like and like I'm so over battle royales. Like the last time battle royales were good was like when Fortnite did their no build. That was the last
Yeah,
time like a battle royale, because like I thought PUBG was like the pinnacle of battle royales, and then PUBG kind of died, and then I played some.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty was a lot of fun, and then I never got into Fortnite just because I thought building aspect was lame. But then no build came out, and I was like, oh, Fortnite's actually like a really fun game. I don't know though, like the Battlefield of battle royale, it sucks, man.
No, it's not fun, dude. Battlefield Battle Royale could have been so interesting and cool, but they ruined it.
Yeah,
They just made another regular ass game.
we got Final Fantasy 13. This is
Final Fantasy 13, I played through it. I thought the characters were fun, but it was a B game for
yeah,
me.
I think
I'll
it's
never play it again.
It's the first game that's what is it called, non-linear.
No, it's linear.
It's a linear
It's
game.
mega linear.
Yeah,
It's mega
First,
linear.
it's the first Final Fantasy game that's a linear game where it has no off branches. You can't, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I played it, but like there's no open world anything.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of Final Fantasy is a fake open world. You
Yeah.
can't actually go anywhere, but they just make you feel like you're in the world. Final Fantasy 13 was the first game to be like you're literally in a hallway. You can never leave the designated area, and it really made you feel like you were on rails. And really, it was like, why am I even playing?
Yep.
Like, why don't just start fight after fight and show me a cutscene? And there's a point in the game where it kind of just feels like it's doing that, and I wasn't a fan. I don't need choice. I need games are about how you feel.
Yeah.
They're like books. They're about emotions and feelings and gameplay factors in. And I gotta feel free, dude. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
True. Final Fantasy 14, I did not play it. I am so sick of MMOs that like
I have I have maxed out an account, got that account banned, and then don't even ask. And during the pandemic, I got in trouble for saying no words
I
and
give the
for
game
gamer
a B,
words.
or actually I give the game a C, and the reason I give it a C is because when Final Fantasy 14 came out, it was
bad.
It was bad. Like literally,
Bro,
the game
but
had to be re-released as an expansion to make the game even playable.
It's so good now, though. It is the best MMO objectively, but it's just
Maybe
doing
B then.
things in MMOs. I don't. Yeah, our compromise can be B. I would rank it S if it was just me. I really think it's so good, but I don't want to play the type of MMO it is because it has to be your only game.
Also, has to be your only game, and that game is for all the furries and they thems now.
Exactly. I got an account banned on it for saying not even, bro. If you saw what got me banned, I'm not going to talk about it here, but it genuinely, it wouldn't even get me canceled in real life, and I got my account banned for it. So the furries are in Final Fantasy with their feelings hurt for sure.
Final Fantasy 15. I didn't play it. I'm not gonna lie.
I played Final Fantasy 15. It was also a B. It's kind of like 13, where it was doing something totally new. It's the first game with the action combat,
Mm,
and it's sick. Like they do a really good job of making it look and feel freaking cool. Like I was playing, but the novelty wears off, and then you're like halfway through the game, and you're like, all right, well now I'm playing cool looking Kingdom Hearts, but I'm in like a world that's not as interesting.
mm.
And then the story sort of couldn't hold it together. It was good, but it was, I would say that it's the best B tier game on this list.
All right. Final Fantasy 7 remake. I'm putting it at A tier. I think the remake is almost better than the original.
The remake is surprisingly great, and you know what? The combat's so good that I'm not even complaining about the. I'm not even like I wish it was turn based because it's like it is God of War good.
Yeah, 100%.
It's it's really good, and the second one is even better. I haven't played it, but everyone says it's better. So dang, that's crazy,
Lightning Returns will put it B again. It's just more
dude.
story with Lightning.
Yeah, probably just literally the same game over again,
My goat, Final Fantasy Tactics, is S tier.
bro. S tier, yeah,
I
dude.
personally,
You know
actually,
that
now
they
that I say it,
re-released it
they
on
did,
Switch.
and they re-released it on PC. Uh, Final
Did you get
Fantasy,
it?
no, I haven't. Tactics, in my opinion, actually is the best Final Fantasy game.
Really, I would say nine, and then six right after. Or, yeah, I would say
I would go This is literally how I'd rank it. I'd go Tactics 9, 6, 5, 8.
I might go. I might go nine tactics, eight six, but
Because
that's me.
Tactics was just, man, I don't know. If anyone ever played this, you got to be old to play it. But Ogre Battles on N64 tried to do Final Fantasy Tactics, and the style of Tactics is so good that Ogre Battles was also a goated game. That's like
Yeah,
how good, like
just by copying
just
or
by
just by
copying
being
it.
similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, and they remade Ogre Tactics. That's really good.
So, I put these on just because they're fun to do. The Dirge of Cerberus, I put that as an A. Do you remember that
Oh,
game?
dude, yeah, Vincent, best character in Final Fantasy VII for
Just
sure.
gunning people down, dude,
I
spinning through
love
the
the
air.
gunslinger character, the priest from Xenogears, Vincent. Every time, time there's a character with a gun, the sniper from Final Fantasy VIII, like all of
Dude,
them. If there's a gunslinger, I'm that guy.
one of my favorite characters of all time in anime is from Vash the Stampede is Wolfhard or Wolfwood. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wolfwood is he's the guy that carries a cross with him everywhere. Nicholas D.
And he has
Wolfwood,
guns in
and
it.
he has
Yeah,
guns in it, and he's a priest.
yeah, he's sick.
He's
That's a
pretty
good. I remember
sick,
being a
dude.
kid and being like, "This is a pretty cool guy." There's a manga called Priest that I read as a kid, and I don't remember. I should look it up and reread it.
Honestly, we've talked about this
I,
before, but it's really funny because Japan loves like Christian theology and like allegories and stuff. And
oh, dude,
some of the
because
best
all
characters are like the guy from Helsing, the priest in Helsing, is
yeah,
so hard, bro. Alexander Anderson. If you ever watched Helsing,
yes,
yeah, dude, the Helsing OVA. It's only 10 episodes. He's
so good.
so sick, dog. He uses the power of God to fight basically the devil. Did we just lose Shayne? We lost him for a second. You're muted now. Something happened, bro. I'll talk for Shayne while he's figuring it out. His nickname in the show is God's Monster, which to me pretty cool. But Shayne's figuring that out, so he can't speak. I put in the Kingdom Hearts games, even though they're not Final Fantasy games, but because they're Final Fantasy adjacent. Shayne's gonna lose his mind. I can see it on him. He's having maniacal laughter, and it's angry laugh. It's not like I'm having a good time. Still not working, bro. We got technical difficulties. Shayne will be right back. Nope, it's not even working. Well,
Dog, when I tell you, I bumped it with my hand and then it just wouldn't connect again. And I think I literally was gonna chew on the microphone like a dog. Like I was gonna just attack it with my mouth. That's
it's
how
the gym
angry.
fiasco all over again when Shayne knocked
This is
the
why
microphone.
we're gonna move and we're gonna get a producer, bro, because I am cursed and I can't be near any of the equipment. I can't touch things. We're gonna have someone set us up a studio. No one's gonna go in there unless we're working. It's gonna be great, and we're just gonna turn stuff on.
Dude,
Dude.
it's funny because I was having this conversation the other day, but maybe people can agree on the pod. How weird is it that the further along with technology we get, the worse technology becomes? I
Yeah.
feel like 2014 to like 2018 was when technology was like its best and like worked
Yeah.
like no matter what, and now like technology progressively gets worse. Where
I would
like
even go behind. I think that after we started phasing out analog, that's when it fell apart. As soon as we
yeah
went digital, it was over. When we were in that sweet spot of like computers are in the cars but you still had CD players, you
yep
still bought movies, you still like had to leave your house to buy things. But as soon as digital and Amazon Prime happened, and I'm the worst offender. I give Spotify all my money every month. I love Spotify so much. I buy stuff on Prime all the time. I'm the worst, but whatever.
is wild.
We
But
need to get back to an analog life, but let's finish this bad boy up,
all
okay?
right, so I put the Kingdom Hearts games just because even though they're not Final
Gotta do
Fantasy,
it.
I still
Gotta
think
do
that
it.
they're adjacent. But we will do Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles first.
Solid B tier.
Yeah, it is a
Great
solid B
co-op.
tier. Great co-op game. If you had a GameCube, this game was
It
life.
was sick that we got an exclusive Final Fantasy because GameCube, bro, the GameCube PS2 Xbox era is crazy. We
Yeah,
lived through those were the greatest consoles ever all at the same time. Just an insane situation.
are these sourdough
Whoa.
cookies? These are
You get me
sourdough cookies,
going
bro. I'm gonna
cookie
try one
bug?
live. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see what it's like. You
I've
gotta dip
heard.
it in milk. Alicia's washing like a creep in the corner with it cracked
We
open.
can't see. We can't see. You're really getting it dunked, bro. Wow, the ASMR from the food.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Dang, good. I'm glad.
That was the worst cookie ever. I'm just kidding. He leaves and I just have to.
You
No,
just spit it out in your hand like, yo, it's
it was
not.
really good. It's funny because sourdough is healthy, so I can taste that it's healthy.
Oh
But
yeah.
like, it's not that it's bad, which is awesome.
All right, let's finish this big dog up.
Okay, Chocobo Adventures
I don't know.
C tier. It is bad.
Okay, I thought it probably would be
Kingdom Hearts 1 S tier.
S tier all day, every day.
I truly,
Honestly,
on God, probably
genuinely,
one of the best games ever made.
yeah, I was gonna say it might be the best game on this list.
Yeah, like straight up, like not a joke, probably one of the best games. It easily could overtake any of these games.
It needs
Many a days
context.
were spent.
It needs context. You have to have grown up in the original. If you grew up with 90s Disney, and you people nowadays, like, you truly, if you were born after 95, there's no possible way for you to maybe even later, there's no way for you to understand how powerful original Disney characters were. We didn't have the internet, we didn't have tablets, we didn't have any of that. We had Lion King VHS tapes. You
Yeah,
don't understand. So when Kingdom Hearts came out, it was Avengers times 9. It was
yeah.
Endgame. It was it was so crazy to take. It literally is the equivalent of being like, what if someone made a blockbuster video game with all the characters from the Bible and Star Wars? Like that's how
Yeah.
insane it where you're like, what hold on, what are you making? What? Like that's how crazy it was. It was so good. I just can't say enough cool things about it.
Kingdom Hearts 2, also S2.
Right there. They're one game. They're just you just roll through and you cry. You
Yep.
cry. You cry at the
But
menu music, you cry at the beginning, you cry at the end. It's good. And then of course modern times had to go ahead and maybe even D tier for me. That's how
honestly, yeah,
mad.
it was so bad. The funny thing is, though, is it has one scene in the game that is super sick, which is that they're fighting a guy, and the guy's trying to kill Sora, and Donald casts like I can't remember what it is, like Solar Flare or whatever, which is the most powerful spell in all of Final Fantasy, and the only monster in all of existence in Final Fantasy to cast it is Baphomet,
Yeah, that's pretty
and
sick.
and
And
he
Donald
casts
Duck
it.
acid.
It's
That's
so
so cool. And that's what makes it so good, dude.
it's so good, but that's our Final Fantasy tier list.
It's great.
Read it in
Truly,
a
if you've
week.
never played Kingdom Hearts, you need to go play it. It really is like a life-changing game. If
They're
if
on
you have the
sale.
context, if you don't know or care about Disney in any way, it might not do anything for
If you're a
you.
millennial, you'd love it. That's about it.
Yeah, it really has to. It was a game that was like very specifically designed for older gamers to feel nostalgic about something that hasn't even happened. It was like a genius. I felt nostalgic playing it. So to think back on it, it like triple quadruples the nostalgia. It really gets you.
So, a quick story before we end, and it's a depressing story, so I apologize for
All
everyone.
right.
When I was young, Shayne had moved away, and Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and I was living with my mom and stepdad. And our stepdad, as what people know, was a monster of a human being, and he tried to kill me by poisoning my food. But little did he know that he gave me food poisoning and tried to kill me the week that Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and my body refused to give up. And in between vomiting violently, I played the hell out of that game. And it's one of my more fond memories of someone trying to murder me, but me just getting to enjoy not dying, you know?
Yeah,
So,
dog.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is goated. I specifically remember in between vomiting and like basically dying and going back and playing the Lion King world and being like, yeah, I'm Simba right now. Just like being,
No, so wait,
yeah,
no.
yeah. So, but next week we'll either do live reactions or we'll do some music. Maybe we'll go through bands that have shaped our lives and stuff like that, and rank pop punk bands and hardcore bands and stuff, because that could be fun. So
Heck yeah, dude. We should just do like the ultimate. We should do like a scene. Oh, we could also rate scene trends, bro.
mm,
Haircuts,
true.
belts, trends, the whole deal. We could
Being
also,
trans.
you know what would be a really good one? A tattoo rating episode. We could have our fans send us their tattoos and we could rate them too.
Oh no, bro, that could get spicy.
That could get crazy quick. Actually, when I did fan tattoo ratings on my old podcast, and it was like gross people trying to be sexy. Nowadays, we'd have random dudes be like, "Look at this Jerusalem cross I have tattooed on my back. I'm not a
I was gonna say
terrorist."
my tattoos are all my like, especially my left arm is all garbage tattoos, and I can admit it. I get compliments on them, and I'm like, bro, do you have some sort of mental disorder to like look at my tattoos and be like, those are good? Because they're not.
That's how I
I
feel
know it.
about
I know God knows it. We all know it.
bro.
I think you're
People
just lying to me.
people all the time are like sick tats. I'm like, I have weird cover up. You can see my old tattoos underneath my cover ups. I'm very clearly like a poor person who had a lot of bad tattoos and then got money. Like
Yeah,
it's so obvious what's going on with me. And people still are like, I love them, dude. You look cool. And I'm like, I don't. I look like a criminal, but sure, man, whatever.
but that is it for us. Appreciate, love you guys. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, not Twitter. Twitter doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's all.
Instagram,
What's the other one that people do that I have like half a million, but I never post on TikTok?
TikTok, that's right.
And
I don't even remember
YouTube,
the
like and
YouTube
subscribe. How do I
I
make
mean
us?
cookies.
Oh, I did this one. There we go. We're back, baby. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. Hopefully, with our technical difficulties, it won't be too difficult to smash these two videos together. And enjoy your week. I am in Washington, D.C. when you're watching this, doing an interview with Father Gregory Pine. So look out for that in the future. And also send us some prayers. We both want jobs. We both need different
True.
jobs. We like our jobs now, but we want more money so we can do cool things. And man, dude, I can't believe Netflix hates me. I actually can believe it
Yeah,
very easily, but it still stinks to get snubbed for people to be like, we don't want you. You're like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
it does.
But
But
you know what? We this
screw the
is the
haters.
bro. This is the good attitude year. We just have a good
Also,
attitude.
also look how much bigger my arms are getting.
Oh, dang,
Put
bro.
on inch of size, bro. Soon I'll be striking my haters down, bro. It won't even matter.
I have to get stronger because I'm victim weight. I have to protect myself.
You know what they say: if one man can hold you down,
No, they don't say that about me though because I'm so strong. They're like it would take like 5 guys to hold him down. So he's good to
oh,
go.
take 5 guys. All right, everyone, we're gonna end on that note.
All right, everyone. Peace out. Love you
See
guys.
you
Bye.
guys.